Welcome back, A1A fam, to another episode of A1A Adventures. To all the aquarium enthusiasts and hobbyists out there and coral fanatics, today we are going to show you our coral tank as it's updated and as it's completely blossoming and corals are splitting. Let's get to it. So if you've been following this coral tank upgrade, this coral tank build for over the past year, this is the result. It has blossomed, it has evolved, it has progressed to an unstoppable infestation of many good things. Well, not really an infestation, but a bunch of good things. Always a personal favorite of mine, but yes, the green star polyps that everybody seems to love, especially our videos. Now, if you've seen the two new light upgrades that we have added to this tank in one of our previous videos, I'll also leave a link at the end of this video. It has helped blossom this green star polyp to insane amounts of growth. This is the first time that I've actually witnessed in such a quick process the green star polyp is completely spread off of the frag and now is stuck to the frag rack itself, which is good, and within a short notice we will actually cut around and cut the frag out away from the rack and allow it to continue to grow on the rack. The Kenyan tree coral always blowing in the breeze beautifully and hasn't really grown much. It's widened a little bit. It does have the little stem on the bottom as a second tree coral, Kenyan tree coral, that is growing. However, it's just halted. Our beautiful snails do an amazing job of keeping everything clean as best as they can, in addition to doing frequent, regular water changes on this coral tank, which is a 10-gallon every 2 weeks. The salinity is always kept at a 0.25, sometimes at 0.26, depending on the water change. I always add fresh water as it evaporates to maintain the proper salinity for all of these corals. Sometimes when it is at a 0.26, the green star polyps do show themselves a little bit more than the usual, as they do like higher salinity, and not to mention, some corals have been splitting and duplicating themselves into multiples. And one of those corals right here is this mushroom, also known as the disc anemone. Now, this particular mushroom, also known as the disc anemone, has blossomed and split into many. It was originally one. You could see at the base it's about to split again. And there is roughly 5 or 6 on this one piece of rock right here. The Duncan coral phenomenally will not stop splitting as it keeps growing new little heads on the bottom, and it eats voraciously as an awesome thriving coral frag. If you've seen some recent videos too of the Montipora was ripped out of a certain place that I believe it was before we just rearranged and took the mantis shrimp out of the coral tank. Because the mantis shrimp ripped at this coral, it made a hole on the top and the middle, and it actually has regrown extremely well since adding 2 different coral lights to this setup. And our little shrimp in here do an amazing job of keeping everything clean as well. And let's get to the one that I really wanted to focus on, the Rhodactis mushroom back there. That recently, only in the past week, this took about a year for it to do an aggressive split, but as you can see, there's 2 mouths now. It completely split. It looks like somebody is pinching the coral, pinching the mushroom at its base to make it fold into 2, because now this mushroom is going to split into 2. Now it's going to have 2 different heads, 2 different mouths, and maybe even more after that, as it's thriving as well with this light spectrum that also, if you want to see the spectrums of how it's programmed and what balance my tank is at as far as LEDs go, once again refer to the video at the end of this, and you can replicate that to your coral tank at home. Now, as the mantis shrimp was moving everything around and kind of making his own crazy home in this coral tank, we moved it over here. Hey there, Sir Mantis Thor. Hello. Thor's gotta eat. Thor loves to eat. The mantis shrimp packs a powerful punch. As you can see, it does break a lot of the excess rock that's in here to go ahead and find food particles and sunken pellets in hard crevice places, but Thor definitely does a great job at finding the food and eating it. If you do want to see it eat, make sure to check out our mantis shrimp videos as well. And forgive me, but I forgot the name of that coral, but it definitely grew like 7 heads. The Massalaya coral on the bottom also doing very well, expanding. And I honestly wasn't expecting to do a video today, so I just wanted to get this shot before it entirely split, the Rhodactis. So everything else is doing extremely well, but Apologies for not scrubbing the glass entirely so you could see everything nice and crystal clear, but for the most part I did scrub the front of the glass so at least we could see most of it. So if you have any questions about the coral that are contained in this coral tank aquarium, this mini reef, go ahead and comment below if you have any questions. If you have any questions about our other videos or the mantis shrimp, go ahead, comment them below. We'll respond as soon as we can. Even if you want to share anything about your coral tank, go ahead, feel free, comment below about what your coral tank is, what lights you have, or what corals you have in your tank. I just simply wanted to make this video as a quick update, as many people always question about our coral tanks, and we have a bunch of mishmash of different content on this channel between my dog, fishing, aquatics, and coral. So I know there's a lot to tackle here as far as hitting every subject goes on all of our videos, so make sure to check out our playlists, as I do try to categorize most of our videos in different playlists. Also, if you want, comment below on what you'd like to see more of, what videos you'd like to see more, what animals you'd like to see more of. Feel free, go ahead. Thank you so much for watching this quick episode of A1A Adventures. As always, stay adventurous. A1A Adventures.